Picture this. It's 1942. The world is on fire with World War II. Bombs falling, soldiers charging into the unknown. And in a quiet lab in Tennessee, a young chemist named Harry Coover mixes up a clear plastic for gun sights. But instead of clarity, it sticks to everything. Fingers fused, glass shattered, glued shut forever. A disaster or the spark of genius? What if I told you this mistake would one day seal a soldier's gaping wound in the jungles of Vietnam, stop a paper cut from bleeding, and hold your broken eyeglasses together at 2 a.m.? That's the wild, sticky story of Superglue, the accidental hero born in war, rejected in peace, and now glued into every drawer in your home. Hey friends, welcome back to TheInventIQ, where we dive deep into the single inventions that flipped the world upside down. I'm your host, and today we're peeling back the layers on Superglue, the WWII wound sealer turned household hero, the invention that changed the world. Stick around, because by the end, you'll know the real creator behind it all, Dr. Harry Coover, the man who fought stickiness itself. You'll uncover the massive roadblocks that nearly buried this idea forever. You'll trace how it evolved from a wartime flop to a life-saving miracle over decades of trial and error. And most importantly, you'll see why this gooey game-changer still bonds our lives together today in ways that'll make you rethink that tube in your toolbox. You use this every day, but do you know the drama, the near misses, the lives it saved? Let's glue into it. It's June 1942. The Battle of Midway is raging. U.S. forces need an edge, clear, tough plastic for rifle sights that won't fog or crack under fire. Enter 25-year-old Harry Coover, fresh out of grad school, whisked to the secret labs of Tennessee Eastman, Kodak's wartime division. A sprawling complex buzzing with chemists in white coats, mixing compounds under dim lights, the hum of machines drowning out the distant Romev war news on the radio. Harry's on the front lines of invention. No guns, just beakers. He's synthesizing acrylates, fancy plastics meant to be transparent as glass, strong as steel. Days blur into nights, coffee stains on notebooks, fingers raw from pipettes. Then one human afternoon, breakthrough? No, disaster. He cooks up methyl cyanoacrylate, pours it, tests it, and it grabs. The lenses stick to the instruments, the table, his gloves, everything. It's like the plastic has a mind of its own, polymerizing in seconds when it hits moisture in the air. Harry tries to pry it apart, ruins a $100 lens holder. His boss shakes his head. Too sticky, Coover, useless for sights. Heart sinking, Harry shelves it, files it away in a drawer labeled failures. Can you imagine pouring your soul into something for the war effort only for it to betray you like that? But here's the wow. That flop was cyanoacrylate, the chemical heart of superglue. Stronger than any glue before it. No heat needed, no clamps, just bond. In that moment, Harry didn't know he'd birthed a monster or a miracle. Imagine a world without it. No quick fixes for that wobbly chair leg, no emergency jewelry repairs. That's how close we came. And now, what happens when war ends, but the idea lingers like a bad itch? Fast forward to 1951. Cold War chills the air. Jet engines roar in test flights. Kodak's research labs in Rochester, New York, a hive of secrets. Harry's now a lead chemist, 34, sharp-eyed, leading a team on missile nose cones. These babies need heat shields, polymers that laugh at 1,000-degree flames. Cyanoacrylates? Pulled from the archives. Let's test them, Harry says. Enter Fred Joyner, Harry's right-hand man. Bright kid, precise. They mix batches, coat samples. Fred slides a prism into the refractometer, that pricey $300 gadget for measuring light bend, dabs cyanoacrylate, waits. And nothing. Then horror. The prism fuses to the lens, stuck solid. Fred panics. Dr. Coover, it's ruined. Harry peers in, tugs, no give. But his eyes light up. Wait, that's not a problem. That's the point. No evaporation, no mixing, just air and a drop bond stronger than the equipment itself. They laugh, nervous at first, then wild. Hours later, they're testing on everything, metal to glass, wood to plastic. It holds. Through storms of doubt, Kodak brass skeptical. Adhesives? We make film. But Harry pushes, sketches patents by lamplight. Can you feel that rush? The moment failure flips to fortune? Wow facts to blow your mind. That refractometer, still glued shut today, a trophy in Kodak's museum. And this bond, tensile strength over 2,000 psi, tougher than concrete. In a world of weak fixes, this was unbreakable. But turning lab magic to market, that's the real war ahead. 1951 bleeds into 52. Rochester winters bite. Harry's team, now a dozen strong, huddles in labs thick with solvent fumes. Cyanoacrylate's a diva, bonds too fast, cures uneven, yellows under light. They tweak formulas, add stabilizers, fail, explode a beaker, shards everywhere. Fred jokes, "This stuff's got more tempers than my wife." Obstacles mount. Kodak wants quick wins. Color prints sell. Patents? A maze. Rivals sniff around. DuPont eyes adhesives. Harry burns midnight oil, drafting claims. No heat, no pressure, bonds in seconds. Tests on rabbits. Does it irritate skin? Nope. On engines, holds under vibration? Yes. But bureaucracy drags. Rejections pile. Too vague. Prior art. Harry fights back, letters flying like grenades. Imagine it. Family dinners cold, wife Nora understanding but weary. "Harry, is it worth it?" He nods, eyes fierce. "This isn't glue, it's revolution." One night, a batch cures perfectly. Be cheer. Bond a toy car, drives flawless. By 1954, victory. U.S. patent 2895950 filed. Granted 1959, but the inks dry in spirit. Insights? Patience glues progress. Wow! Early tests showed it seals leaks in rocket fuel lines. NASA's future friend. Ever superglued your lips? That's the risk they tamed. And now, from patent to product, the leap that sticks it to the world. 1958. Space race heats up. Elvis on the radio. Kodak's bold. Eastman 910. No frills name, tiny amber bottle. $7 a pop. Harry's there for the demo. Dabs it on a broken doll arm. Presses. Counts to 10. Hands it to a reporter. Tug. Twist. Nothing. Jaws drop. "Miracle mucilage," headlines scream. But launch? Rocky. Stores stock it beside screwdrivers. Who buys glue that pricey? Ads fizzle. For jewelers, hobbyists. Sales crawl. Thousands, not millions. Competition lurks. Epoxy's claims stronger. Harry tours factories, demos on site. Bonds a watch crystal mid-speech. See? Seconds. Crowds gasp. Emotional toll? Harry's 41, gray creeping in. Doubts whisper. Another shelf queen? Then a break. Hobbyists rave. Model builders glue fuselages overnight. Jewelers fix heirlooms. Word spreads like, well, glue. By 60, it's in toolboxes nationwide. Picture a dad in his shed fixing his son's bike chain. Bond eternal. That's the hook. Key insights? Marketing glues the gap between lab and life. Wow fact? First big sale? To the CIA for spy gadgets. Invisible men's on maps, bonds on briefcases. And this? It inspired DIY culture. Before YouTube, folks MacGyvered fixes. But war calls again. "1965. Vietnam's hellscape. Monsoon mud. AK fire cracks the night. Medics scramble. Tourniquets snap. Enter Eastman 910, repackaged as a spray for the army. Not for sights this time, for flesh. Gaping shrapnel wounds, arteries spurting. Traditional stitches? Too slow in the field. Harry's proud, beams in interviews. It's for the boys. But risks loom. Early batches irritate skin, release heat on cure, burns possible. Tests rushed, on pigs, then volunteers. It works, seals in 30 seconds, stops bleed out. Pentagon green lights, medevac choppers carry crates. A grunt hit in the thigh, spray, press, bandage. He walks out. Drama peaks, reports of glue fever, mild reactions, brass waiver. Harry testifies, lives over lab purity. They refine, less toxic esters. By 68, it's legend. Soldiers call it meat glue. One vet recalls, that hiss saved my leg, felt the bond before the pain. Imagine your brother in the muck, seconds from fade. This drop, his ticket home. Wow facts, over 100,000 units shipped, reduced infection 50%. And this shocker, it even glued eyes shut, accidental field surgery. From war wound to home cure, the pivot that healed a nation. "1971. Harry's den in Kingsport, Tennessee. Model glue fumes mixed with pipe smoke. His eldest son, Harry Jr., teen tinkerer, slices his finger building a balsa plane. Blood wells. Panic. Dad grabs a lab sample, early superglue. Hold still, son. Dabs it on, presses, seals like magic. No stitches, heals clean. That oops, lightning. Harry sees it, not just metal, flesh. Patents fly, cyanoacrylate for tissue. FDA eyes narrow, too harsh. Trials grind, rabbits, then cadavers. It bonds wounds watertight, fights bacteria. But heat buildup, stabilizers added. Years of pushback, surgeons cling to needles. Glue in me? Harry fights, voice cracking in boardrooms. This saved my boy. It'll save millions. By 75, approvals trickle. Korean war vets push. We used it. Works. Emotional core, that father-son bond. Literally. Ever patched a kid's boo-boo? Multiply by surgery suites worldwide. Insights, family fuels fire. Wow. First human trial, a vet's artery repair. 0 leaks. And get this, it inspired liquid bandages. No scar closures for kids. From finger fix to global healer. But what's next in our sticky saga? Fast forward to today. Superglue's evolved, smarter, safer. Smartphones, its cousins bond screens to frames, nano-thin. Medicine, Dermabond, FDA-approved 98, zips incisions, sans scars. Forensics, fumes lift fingerprints from crime scenes, nabbing crooks since the 80s. Space, NASA glues satellites, zero-gravity holds. Unexpected, artists sculpt with it, chefs seal cracks in pots. And fun facts to stun you. 1, it's flesh-friendly now, but bonds skin in 2 seconds flat. 2, stronger than steel by weight, a drop lifts a car. 3, aerosol versions catch counterfeit cash, turning bills blue. 4, saved over 1 million lives in wars and ORs. 5, ever wonder why it stinks? Cyanide whiff, from its name, not poison. Mind blown? This isn't just glue, it's the unsung fixer of our chaotic world. From that humid 1942 lab, where Harry Coover's mistakes stuck to a lens, to Vietnam sprays sealing lives, patent battles won in smoke-filled rooms, and a son's sliced finger birthing modern surgery, Superglue's journey is pure grit. Rejected, rediscovered, re-revolutionized. It bridged war to peace, metal to meat, failure to forever. When I dug into this story, I realized something profound. Inventions aren't born perfect. They're forged in mess, sticky fingers, shelved dreams, family scares. Superglue's a true game changer because it reminds us the fix we need often hides in what we dismiss. It connects us, literally, saving seconds that save souls, mending breaks big and small. Without it, our world unravels a bit. With it, we're unbreakable. So friends, if this glued you to your screen, hit that like button. Let it bond with the algorithm. Subscribe to TheInventIQ for more tales of world shakers. Drop a comment. Which invention do you want next? The Zippo lighter? Bubble wrap? Tell me. And ring that bell. Don't miss the drama. Thanks for sticking with me. Until next time, what's breaking in your world? Let's fix it together.